Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, ladies and gentlemen, I am live. When we come back Sundays, 4 to 6 p.m. All right, let me continue here. So you got Rush Limbaugh, 22 million listeners, conservatively, millions more on the internet, but rated 22 million. Glenn Beck, 10 million on the radio, 5 million every week or so tune in. Why am I being lumped in with them constantly when both Limbaugh and Beck have attacked me repeatedly on radio? I don't think Beck's ever talked about me specifically, but he's talked about groups I founded constantly on TV and called for our arrest. And I told you 6 months before he went, you said, I'm going to expose in a few months. It was about 6 months ago, but it was about 2 or 3 months before he did it. He said, I think FEMA camps are real. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And I said, he will go show the Indiana train station that's an Amtrak station, is clearly not a FEMA camp, but he won't cover the civilian inmate labor camp program or the bills to expand the camps or all the admissions or Rex 84 or the Miami Herald or the Houston Chronicle or the New York Times or open it. No. He's going to go to a straw man and discredit it. And they said, oh, Alex, leave Beck alone. He's a good guy. You know, he talks about the New World Order. Yeah, but he acts like it's something the Democrats are doing. And as long as you only make it about the Democrats, then it could still be a left-right issue, and they control people by keeping them on the right-wing fake reservation. Instead of just waking up and saying, I'm somebody who wants freedom, both parties are controlled, abolish the Federal Reserve, arrest the bankers that have run this scam. Okay? So why is Media Matters, and why is George Soros and Daily Kos and Alternet and all these Rockefeller Acorn-founded foundations, and they openly are founded by that, why are they out saying that there's no such thing as national compulsory service when I can read from the bills, the White House's own publications, Obama clips and Rahm Emanuel clips? I could play them for hours. There's so many, and we just played 2 of them last hour. There it is. House passes mandatory national service bill. You can scroll down on that article, and it's got all the links right there. Generations Invigorating Volunteerism and Education Act, known as the GIVE Act, was passed 321 to 105 margin. Sets up a federal body to prepare national compulsory service. It had the compulsory service in it. We got it stripped, so they said, we'll set up an agency with the power to do it. I mean, there's the bill. Got a link to it right there. But they're saying I'm insane, I'm dangerous, it doesn't exist. Beck is dangerous, doesn't exist. And you read the comments on the Media Matters article, and it's like, arrest them. They're all criminals. Arrest Limbaugh. Arrest Alex. You know, arrest Beck. In fact, cue up Michael Savage. There's a bunch of them, so if you YouTube it, a bunch will come up. But Savage says Obama to stage terror. I mean, let's play Savage with 8 million listeners saying it. This is scaring the system because there is some industry, some money, it's not totally controlled in the U.S., and there is a kind of Republican instinct to not totally have open government control and total police state. And so because Republicans are out of power, it's kind of time for them to play that part, the populist role. We do it no matter who's in office. We're nonpartisan. We're constitutionalists here. But they're mixing me in with Limbaugh and Beck because they're scared of all of us across the board. And they're particularly scared of me because I have the young demographic as well as the middle-aged and the old. I'm very diverse. I've got the left and the right waking up. And so while they're busy demonizing Limbaugh and Beck, who've got a lot more skeletons in their closet and problems, they can kind of mix me in and go after what they see as the real threat to their system. Because when they've got a fake right-wing savior in power who's going to keep all the bad stuff Obama does, just like Obama's keeping all the bad stuff Bush put in place, I'll be fighting it when Limbaugh and Beck are defending it. Just like Keith Olbermann would go after Bush for wanting to stage terror attacks on U.S. ships. But as soon as Obama comes in, he won't talk about it. See, I'm not a political pundit with a dog in the fight when it comes to which party. I want my children to grow up in a free society. But anyways, it's creepy to have this type of powerful institutions attacking me. The biggest, most powerful New World Order foundations. Now, let's play Limbaugh and Beck. Beck, this is an amazing 10-minute clip. It's up on Infowars.com, unedited. We have a link to the YouTube if you want to find it. But this is Limbaugh and Beck openly saying that Obama may stage something to go after people and that, oh, Rush, he blamed you for McVeigh. Clinton blamed you for that. I mean, this is a big deal to have Limbaugh and Beck going this far. This is amazing. And they can tell, folks, that they're now in danger of being shut down. Let's go ahead and go to it. Here it is.
Tomorrow on this program, I'm going to lay out the case of the army that they are building right underneath our nose, and an army that he spoke about on the campaign trail. And if you watch what can only be called the organization's or the administration's organ, anything involved with GE or NBC, you've got now Jeffrey Immelt on the board of the Federal Reserve. You have him in the Oval Office consulting not only on health care but the financial situation, and they are an organ. If you watch MSNBC, I contend that you will see the future, because they are laying the ground for a horrible event that will be, is what they're laying the ground for, anything from the right. There's some awful event, and I fear this government, this administration, has so much framework already prepared that they will seize power overnight before anybody even gives it a second thought.
Well, I think because of what you're doing with your television show, your radio show, what we're all doing here, I don't think they're going to be able to seize it overnight without anybody knowing about it. And you talk about the organized groups that they've got. Let's look at the healthcare situation, what's happening right now. The genuine passion, the real passion is in individual Americans' hearts and minds. Individuals are showing up. They may be going to the web to find out where these town halls are, but they're showing up because individually they don't want any part of this. The Obama army has to be bought and paid for. The Obama army has
Stop
to be
him right there. Again, everything Limbaugh's saying is totally true. And that's the thing. Compared to Media Matters, this guy is the bastion of truth and wisdom. I mean, he distorts stuff, he twists, but I mean, I listen to Limbaugh off and on. It's nothing compared to Media Matters and George Soros saying there's no plan for national compulsory service. I just gave you bill numbers, the White House Chief of Staff, and the President calling for it. And Media Matters knows that the big foundations want compulsory service or slavery, and they call it the new civil rights. And it's come out in Texas and all over, fake people posing as doctors on the White House payroll, not just with a foundation, and all over the country. They got fake people, and Acorn and others have been advertising $500 to go to these events and to pose as a supporter. I mean, it's on record. They're the ones paying for the crowds. People know the government can't administer health care. Health care is screwed up because government got their fat hands involved in it. And they go, oh, be compassionate, take care of people. It's a bunch of eugenicists. Tom Daschle wrote a book saying don't give old people health care. In Europe, they do ration it. They are eugenicists. They do want you to die. The bioethics boards are death panels, you lying trash. I'm sick of your crap. I am, man. I'm sick of it. Go back to Pillhead. He's telling the truth.
For Obama's issue, which is health care. They're showing up because they've been instructed to by bosses. Now, this army that you're going to reveal tomorrow is probably going to be much the same way. And I'm going to tell you something, Glenn. Passion, love of country,
I know.
Truth is going to outmaneuver and overpower fake passion, trumped up people who are just given marching orders and sent out to act in a certain way. We may be looking at Barack Obama destroying the Democrat Party. It's too soon to say that now, but we may be looking at that happen. There are reasons for optimism.
They talk about staged terror attacks, everything else. We're forcing the mainstream to talk about these issues. There's obviously a fissure within the elite. That's why they're letting Limbaugh and Beck do this. Because there's a lot of people in the power structure going, are we going to really be like Nazi Germany meets Mao Zedong? I mean, are we really going to let this happen?